wide. Don't care if you're wrong or right. It makes all your burdens light. Music's for everyone. Don't care if you're black or white. Don't care if you're wrong or right. It makes all your burdens light. Music's for everyone.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so cute.
My goodness, isn't that lovely? Isn't that
It is. Isn't it what we need right now? Just calm and peace and babies and ukuleles and singing.
love, peace, and harmony? Yes, that's exactly what we need. I'm just checking the stream. Let me know if it's okay, everybody.
Yeah.
I look like I'm a little do I look sharp? Okay.
You look sharp.
Well, I'm just checking my connection with everybody. If it's not strong, right now I'm using the iPhone Verizon. If that's not strong enough, we can switch over to...
You know something, Whimsy? I think I saw the picture fuzz just a little bit for a moment there.
And
but
now?
Now you look clear. Let's see what our wonderful viewers have to say. You know, they'll let us know soon enough.
Yes, because yes. Anyway. I wanted the song. How are you, first off, before we get started?
I'm doing pretty good. It's getting hot here in Los Angeles. I've been drinking a lot of water. It's supposed to be 90 degrees in some areas later this week.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Right. And I don't like heat. I've already got my air conditioner on, which I don't like to do because it runs up the electric bill, but my apartment doesn't get a very good cross breeze, and I'm upstairs.
Oh, wow.
One of those cool, wonderful older buildings, with all this character. But unfortunately, it's like an attic in my apartment without air conditioning.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yes, I'm getting to that point. But otherwise, I'm doing great. I'm just working on a lot of art projects right now and doing work for you, talking to your wonderful people, and
enjoying your new mustache.
Well, I don't know how long I'm going to keep this,
like 1970s. Hello.
No, I'm at the point where I need to either trim it or shave it off, and I haven't trimmed one of these things in years. So.
And how are the ladies responding? Are you getting
everybody tells me they like it. I don't know how I feel. I think it makes me look old.
Really?
Yeah.
So the dating scene has not improved.
No, this doesn't help anything. But it'll probably be gone by next week. It's one of those things.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us. This is Taco Tuesdays. It's where we all get together and we sing silly songs and we drink cheap margaritas. And,
I only wish.
Well, I wanted to be with you in
water
April.
in here.
And instead, I wound up, headed towards Gaza almost practically. I don't know. Well, not Gaza. So I'll be leaving for Israel in 2 weeks. Is that right? Yeah, 2 weeks.
I wasn't sure because for a while you were saying you might be going in May instead of April, but it's definitely the end of the month.
Yeah, I bought the tickets. So and now I'm getting that feeling like, should I really be doing?
Well. Maybe we should throw
World War III. We basically announced we're headed towards World War III, and Whimsy's like, I think I'll go to the barbecue.
Maybe we should blitz on that topic today, and then all the viewers can see this in real time, and we'll get all these messages. Whimsy, don't go.
I know. Yeah, people are. Excuse me. Sorry.
You'll know what to
This is
do.
our book. Speaking of sweet
Oh,
children.
yes. I just got mine 2 hours ago. Heard a
Oh
little
my
knocking at the door from
goodness.
the Amazon delivery driver. So I haven't cracked it open yet, but here it is.
Yes. So I thought it was nice, picking a little. I wanted music that was about the innocence of childhood, something to kind of prep people for what we're going to be getting into, which is a bit heavy. This book, I think we're going to try and have her in our studio next month sometime. Excuse me. We won't be able to do it here this month because I'll be out of the country. But The Sunny Side of Crazy is our book of the month. It's been written by Trisha McCucci. It is about a woman who suffers from 6 separate personalities. The reason we picked this book, it has to do with helping people who have been suffered child abuse, which is near and dear to my heart. Helping helping survivors, but also it gets into a metaphysical realm about consciousness, which I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say about that?
Well, I'm just remembering that Sally Field, Joanne Woodward movie made many years ago about Sybil. And I just realized that was what was behind her multiple personalities. She had been abused by her mother.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was abused by her mother. That's right.
Yeah. And I forget, I haven't seen the, interestingly enough, the other Joanne Woodward movie, the one she won the Best Actress Oscar for, where she played a woman with multiple personalities. And in her case, it was only 3. It's the 3 Faces of Eve. 3.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I won a Best Actress Oscar. She was sensational.
So what do you think about that? Somebody
Well,
kills off the memories and identity of the first child because the first child undergoes trauma. And so they recreate a new identity.
Well, I know that any abused child, I say this, I was a very bullied child. So that was my child abuse. And my mother, I've gone into that. I went to some psychological abuse with her. So I know I was always retreating into fantasy worlds. I think we do whatever we have to do to survive. And that was my coping mechanism, just to have imaginary friends, imaginary worlds that I could step into and step back out of again. So I don't know if I think that's a much lighter version of what you're talking about.
So I think that is in fact what it is. It's a kind of escaping, creating a world that the person can live in as opposed to the world they can't live in.
That's exactly it. That's exactly what I did with the fantasy world. And, I've told this before, the great Shakti Gawain, who wrote the creative visualization.
Great writer.
I was once at her home and we were talking about this. And she said, you have to accept that child abuse even comes from other children, like being bullied, because I never thought of myself as a victim of child abuse. And she said, yes, you were. Yes, you were. Any child that was bullied definitely was abuse, any form of abuse. So we do what we have to do.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought that was very profound when she said that to me.
When Rabbit Howls is also a great book. I don't know how many people here have read When Rabbit Howls, but that's a great book as well if you're interested in finding out about multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, I would be interested.
Just what our brains can do when they're under stress, to me, is absolutely fascinating. Well, let's go ahead. We'll turn the camera around. Chuck, who's here?
Well, who do we have here? And I should have had my glasses handy. And okay, I'm going to have to wing it with the contact lenses here. We got our wonderful Wendy Bird here. Let's see. We've got Vanita. We've got
Where are
our
your glasses?
Well, I put them. Oh, wait, here.
You need your glasses to find your glasses.
Yes. Okay, this is a different pair, but they will serve the job. Oh, God, I can see. Okay, we have our wonderful Wendy Bird. We've got Tariff, Talarina.
It helps.
Vanita, our wonderful Joel Tilson, Diva, 369, Sybil, Rush.
Hi, Sybil. Thank you, Sybil. Thank you to everyone. By the way, I received a lot of gifts for my birthday, but the problem is you didn't leave your names. So I have gifts from people, but thank you if you sent me a gift. But many of them, you guys didn't leave your name. So just to let you know. But Sybil sent me a very lovely gift. Thank you so much to Sybil. And to
Yeah.
Eileen and her husband, thank you so much. They sent a gift for my birthday. I wanted to just give gratitude to everyone who sent me a birthday gift. Somebody sent me these water bottles, pink water bottles, which I'm going to definitely need because I'll be in the Negev. Boy, I really need these. I'll be in the freaking desert next month. Can you? Or actually, in 2 weeks, I will be literally in the oasis, the future oasis.
What sort of temperatures will you be facing this
Well,
time
it gets
of year in the
very
desert?
cold at night and it gets hot in the daytime. And I'll be visiting Abraham's well. So you'll all be able to see the well. And then I will be visiting some of the wineries and some of the kibbutzes in the Negev. And I'll be learning from them and seeing if we can't create some integrated kibbutzes so that everybody in the Negev is happy. You know, Bedouins, Jews, Druze, anybody who wants to live on kibbutz. It would be great if we could have those opportunities available because the Negev is blooming. So I'm going to go down there and learn from the people. And they're going to teach me all of the cool. They're growing grapes in the Negev. They're growing the blooming of the Negev. You know, it's in the Bible that this is going to happen. The children will come home and it will bloom. And so I'm at ground zero helping. I want to see how they're planting those grapevines and everything. It's very exciting.
Oh, it sounds like a lovely adventure, despite all of everything going on.
It's actually, it's always been a peaceful place, Beersheba. It's bought by Abraham bought it, and it's for it, and there's lots of Bedouins, probably descendants of his that are, he had a couple concubines, as wealthy men are apt to do. So he had kids running around all over the place, right? Yeah. So they grew up. So now we have these Bedouins running around, and it's like some of them are probably direct descendants. So it's a really a hell of a party. But not particularly violent. It's a peaceful city. I'm going to.
Oh, I just love the idea of the grapevines.
Yeah, grapes. The Negev Valley, they're growing all these amazing wines. And now how can we include, the kibbutzes, how can we make them more integrated so that, because there's a lot of Bedouins that need work and people in the area. So, and it would be great if they could be peaceful additions to that part of the world. And if we can succeed in learning how to build these peaceful communities and join them together through roads and bridges, etc., we could theoretically be creating new trade routes of peace.
Now, wouldn't that be a nice change of pace? Trade routes of peace.
Yes, the Abraham Accords. So the Abraham Accords is a good thing. And we support it, but we want to do it in a way where everyone gets to be a part of the change, not excluded. So that's what I'm working on. And I know
that's a good thing.
Yeah, so that's where I'll be. And I know that you've been doing a lot with art. Tell us a little bit about your art before we get started today. What's going on with that?
Well, there's one project I'm not at liberty to talk about because it's with a rather famous person. And I'll tell you in private after the show. I hope I can talk about it soon, but I'm a little excited about this. And I'm working on drawings for the book, Broke Aristocrat.
Oh gosh, yes, we have to meet about that.
Yes, of course. I'm working on drawings for that, and I'm just working on some personal projects and some commissions. It's enough to keep me busy. I go from morning until late at night, but I'm doing what I love, so it doesn't feel like work.
Wow.
I'm not good at setting boundaries like 9 to 5. I'm at home. I'll from morning until like 1 a.m. I'll keep on working. I don't know when to pull the brakes sometimes.
Well, let's get right into it. In terms of the number one thing that people want to talk about is the confusion. All hell has broken loose. All hell has broken loose with the stock market. It's again down today, 300-400 points. And he is not only talking about tariffs. First off, the entire world, he has put tariffs on the entire world. You know that, right?
Yeah, literally. Oh, literally. Antarctica. The islands with nothing but penguins. He has put tariffs on them. Literally the entire world. And if he could do the moon and Mars, he would probably do that too. And he just might.
Okay. So what's your feeling about it? Do you want to?
What's my feeling about it? Take a guess.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just utter insanity. Every single person, I mean, literally every single person I talk to is freaking out right now. I'm hearing stories like people have lost like 30% of their retirement. College funds have evaporated, savings, businesses worried they may go belly up, jobs that may be lost. I mean, we can go on and on. It's just, who was it who said this is a potential nuclear winter financially? Someone said that.
Really?
Well, I maybe someone was being a bit of a drama queen when they said that, but it was I can't remember who said that. It was some high person who said, if we don't stop Trump, we're heading in that direction. And then some are putting it very mildly, like we may be heading for a recession. I want to say, you think so? But it's so stupid because it's all self-induced.
Well, it's less than a month, 10%, so technically a crash.
Yeah.
What's your feeling? Do you feel?
Well,
do you think this is the point at which he finally loses support?
Yes, I do. I think this might just be where he finally shot himself in the foot. You know, the people will forgive a lot of stuff with him. I don't understand why, but they do. But as we know, the cardinal sin is when you mess with people's finances.
Right.
You mess with their bank accounts. You mess with their Social Security. You mess with their Medicare. Medi-Cal, things like that, social programs. People are getting angry. We saw that from the protests on Saturday. It just does not feel sustainable. The people are angry. We're seeing it at the town hall meetings. Republicans are, people screaming at them. Nobody wants this. Nobody. People are horrified, and it feels self-induced. This one man has this much power to do this to us. And I was thinking today, there are so many things that we could be focusing on. So many things. And we got to almost waste time with this nonsense. It was completely unnecessary.
Yeah, very, very true. So I think what we should do is we can go ahead and do the empath prayer. And then do you think we should do some blitzes on everything? Or?
Sure. Let's see what comes up. I'm intrigued myself to see what we come up with today. Don't you feel sometimes when we do these readings, we're just as surprised as anyone? When you saw me last week and I went, when I pulled a card when we were seeing if the stock market was going to crash.
Well, it's not, I don't anticipate it is going to rally. You follow the energy, just pure math, and Trump is finished in 2 weeks, which is really sobering for me to think about. Like, this guy couldn't make it past April. I mean, that's pretty.
Yeah, the signs are there. Signs are there that you were absolutely correct in your readings, and you weren't entirely sure what it was going to be, other than it was going to be something really, really bad for him, something cataclysmic.
Yeah. Do you think he can come back? Because I don't.
My opinion, no. No, I think he has shot himself in the foot. I think that's the cardinal sin when you start messing with people's personal finances like he has done. I mean, when people, even wealthy people, have lost a lot of money right now. Businesses are suffering. Oh, yeah. Well, anybody who's in the stock market. Yeah. People are losing fortunes.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go ahead. We'll do the empath prayer. Thank you for joining us. If you've just joined us, if you could like, share, subscribe, we'd be very, very grateful. Let's go in. We'll bring the empath prayer. And if any of you would like to receive a healing at this time, let us know who you are or your family member is, and we will include them in our prayer as we bring in the empath prayer. Let's do it, people. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I finish itching my ear. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, as a community, we say, Amen.
Amen.
And for those of you who are requesting a healing at this time, we come together and we pray that you receive a perfect healing in mind, body, and spirit. And together, collectively, again, we say, Amen, Amen, Amen. Amen. That is the Empath prayer. So let's do it. Let's blitz away. Let's see.
Yeah.
What our first questions coming in are: hello, Windy Bird. Hello to Joel. Hello, Jazzy. Hello, Valerie. Oh, it was adorable baby, wasn't it? Yes, it was a cute little baby song. Okay, so where are we going here?
Where are we
Don't leave
going?
the country. Well, sometimes you got to leave the country. I'm beginning to think anywhere but the United States is safe at this point. All right, Chinese soldiers were captured in Ukraine today. Any feelings about the Ukraine war? What's happening with that?
I didn't hear that about the capture today. But let's see.
Yeah, let's take a look. What's going on with the Ukraine war? How is Ukraine doing? How is Ukraine doing?
Wow. I'm trying to find something conclusive here.
Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Well, I don't know if what I have is too conclusive, and a lot of this is kind of just saying what's going on at the moment. And I acknowledge this is obvious, but like loss, suffering, discontent, deprivation, exhaustion. I think everybody knows that. But those were cards that just came up. But my final two cards, I was trying to find anything that would be a little more conclusive. I did get they're staying in their purpose, and ultimately there is going to be a balance of some kind. And maybe if I kept pulling cards, I would have gotten further than that. But I have a feeling you're going to have something much more specific than me.
Yeah, I feel that the United States under Trump does not want to help Ukraine, but they're not going to succeed because there's things that have already been decided. Like Putin is finished. Nobody trusts him to do. Who can do business with someone like this? That's the way you have to look at it. Two of Pentacles within the next couple of weeks. Look at their opposition. Two of Swords. They're not getting any help. Three of Pentacles, they're victorious in the next 6 months. So it still shows Ukraine winning.
Would you think that's what the balance could be? Scales of justice?
Oh, I keep seeing JD Vance coming in. I keep having this vision.
He's going to be president soon, I have a feeling.
How do you feel about that? Is that scary war or?
Well, I mean, personally, I don't like JD Vance, but
do you think he'll at least will he at least stabilize the country?
That's hard to say because, we've done some readings on him. And what we have gotten in the past is he does not want this. He's like scared of this. He knows. He knows he's not ready to take this job. He is not prepared. He is not ready for it. So we've been getting that. But at the same time, what we've got right now is such a cataclysmic disaster. It's like Trump's got to go. He's got to go. So, I mean, maybe JD Vance will be better and maybe he'll surprise us. Yeah.
Because I see him stepping in soon. So let's
look at I do too.
The JD Vance presidency.
Okay, my first card tells me that he's going to be in, but let's see what else. Whoa.
Hi, Terry. Hi, Valerie. Debbie.
Well, I tell you this, he's going to be president. You're getting that too?
I'm getting it too.
Yeah, oh yeah, but the rest of it's kind of a lot of mixed stuff here. That's why I keep hoping something else will come up. But
here's what
okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think here's what I think you're getting.
Okay.
I think that he goes in, and I think that he is heavily controlled. And I think that the Democrats are going to come in during midterms, and I think this guy is going to have very little power restriction. Like, this is the 6 of Cups for his future. The guy gets the offer.
Yeah.
But his opposition is heavily funded. I think the Democrats come in. I think it's a whirlwind.
Yeah.
Look at this 2 of Swords. This guy doesn't want to run again. He doesn't want to run as president. He's a placeholder. He sees himself as a placeholder.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised. Look, if they make him run again, it'll go against his desire to do so.
I think so too. Yeah.
Why did he put himself in this situation?
Oh, that's a whole other question right there.
Because Buttigieg didn't want VP for that reason.
No, he didn't want it. I don't know. I don't know. Why would he take on something like this? He's a smart man. He certainly knew what he was walking into. But the reason you heard me go, yeah, he's going to be president. I got cards like I got victory, but I got leadership, victory, celebration. To me, what I got from that, yes, it's his presidency. But then I got I got new life. Like, duh, yeah. But then I got things like what you said. I got the restriction card here. And also I got despair and denial. He is going to be miserable. He does not want this. He's going to be in over his head. And I could have kept pulling cards, but I think it would have just gone down the same path, confirming, yes, he's going to be president. But yeah, he doesn't want this. It's like, why did I get myself into this? And you're right. I don't think he wants to run beyond this. And it is going to be a very limited presidency, but maybe at least it'll be some damage control, maybe in a best case scenario, at least stopping Trump from continuing with what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, the next one, tariff madness. Joel Tilson talking about tariff madness and the poor penguins. The penguins.
Oh,
Are the penguins going to have to shake their booty? Are they going to have to shake their little tail on the dance floor to get the money to pay?
Well, they got to do something to pay those tariffs.
Those poor penguins shaking their little whatever.
What am I thinking? What was that movie? Was it Happy Feet? That animated film about the penguins, and there was this one penguin who wanted to dance.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe that's what they'll do.
I'm thinking they're going to have to dance on the dance floor like Happy Feet to pay off the, just working girl.
Shake a tail feather.
Have a little bit of a tail.
Sing that. What is that? It's called their siren song or something. Their mating call. It's like a song they sing. Yeah, sing their siren song. Shake those tail feathers.
I heard of this one woman. She had to work at a men's club, and they used to have and they were dressed like little bunnies, or it was a bunny club or something. But they had to hand out feathers as men would enter the club and say, "Would you like a little tail?"
That's bad. Oh, what those poor penguins are going to be reduced to. See what Donald Trump has done.
Let's talk about it, though. What is your feeling about the tariffs? I know that we prepped for the show. Did you learn anything interesting about these tariffs? Any feeling about it?
Well, the only thing I keep learning is just how frigging stupid they are. Like, what is it now? I think midnight tonight, we're going to have 104% tariffs against China. I think did you say that how we've been playing the game back and forth? Oh yeah, well you're going to put a tariff on me. Well, I'm going to raise a tariff on you, and now we're up to like 104%. Where's it going to stop? And I was just thinking, all the stuff we get from China, pet food, detergent, toothpaste, deodorant. I mean, you can go basically anything you get from a company like Procter and Gamble or something, anything, just common household things. All this stuff is going to, I guess, double in price if nothing is done.
Seriously?
Well, I mean, with the tariffs.
How long is this? Oh my God. So what's going to happen to us? Are we going to be so obviously this is going to translate into a problem for groceries, right?
Oh yeah. I think I saw in the news that's going to be one of the first things we're going to see. And we're probably going to see that within just a few more days. Like I don't know about the rest of the country, but here in California, like a lot of our fruits and vegetables come from Mexico. I'm sure we're going to see that. My beloved coffee. Well, that's right. Your beloved coffee too. That's going to go up because all that comes mostly from South American countries.
So when do the price hikes go into effect? Like when do I need to stock up on my coffee? Or
well,
is it
let me
too
see.
Late right now?
Well, they said, well, if you could probably make a grocery store run tonight. I've already bought up a few cans of coffee beans in anticipation.
Oh, you're like me? That's right. You do like your coffee.
Oh
That's
God,
right.
don't you remember when we used to work together?
Did you now? Was it black you drank your coffee? How did you drink your coffee?
A little bit of cream and some stevia. And now I'm into espresso. But no, you and I used to.
Oh, is that because
you're drinking?
It's because you all have all these Italian friends now, getting you into like Italian food.
Yeah, but definitely
you got into that whole Italian thing. So, how's your Italian? Are you learning? Any Italian?
I haven't had the time that I need to devote to it. And the thing when you're trying to learn a language, it's about repetition, daily repetition. Yeah. So I've been bad about that, but I want to get back on it because I want to go to Italy.
I know you do.
I want to get ready for this. So I'm working on it, but I'd be embarrassed to speak anything right now. But going back to what you're saying, definitely grocery prices going up. Now they said
it's those cute ladies on the scooters. I've heard about them. That's what gets the boys that's what gets you guys to go to Italy. I hear that they're in mini dresses on scooters.
Yeah.
I've had so many guys come back from Italy saying, "Oh my God, the girls on scooters." Yeah,
that sounds like a title. Girls on scooters.
We're not fashionable in the United States like they are.
No, well, and also if you've gone to Paris, that's right. You've been to Paris. But people dress beautifully there. First time I was there, I felt so underdressed with my jeans and t-shirts. So next time I went, I packed like my best clothes. I was a little better prepared.
Yeah, you should bring at least one nice outfit if you're going to Italy, because you will want to go out and stuff.
I guess so.
All right. So let's take a look now at the future of these tariffs. I'm scared. I don't know. You got me nervous. Now I'm thinking, what am I going to do about my Pete's coffee addiction? Oh my God. So does that mean every restaurant is also the price is going to go up?
Well, on the local news, they were interviewing coffee store owners, and some said they were going to raise their prices and some said they were going to do their best to absorb it so they wouldn't lose their customers. But there may come a point, it just depends on how long these tariffs last. But coffee, Trump keeps making this argument, it's going to bring business to America, we'll start manufacturing, producing here. Well, coffee you can't, other than Kona in Hawaii.
Why can't people grow coffee in the United States?
Because of the climate, the latitude. I understand like there's some parts of Southern California where coffee will grow. And of course, coffee grows in Hawaii, Kona. But most of America just is not geographically suitable for growing it. It needs to be below the equator. It needs to, you're closer to the equator and below, and in tropical regions, that's where coffee grows.
Whoa. Well, let's find out what the future of the tariffs. Let's look at tariffs. What's going to happen with tariffs?
Well, first part was interesting.
Chocolate. Oh my God. All the good
chocolate. Stuff. No, not chocolate. Those are kind of interesting. I think we might ultimately be okay. Yeah.
I just don't think the American people are too happy with
Oh,
this.
no. Well, that's a given, in my opinion. I was focusing more like on the future, what's going to happen. Just my intuitive hit, it's not sustainable. There's just no way this is sustainable. It has to end. But the first cards, I thought it was interesting. This was my very first card, competition. You see the people, the tug of war pulling back and forth, competition. I think that's symbolic of what's going on with Trump right now, the way he's bullying other countries, the way they're fighting back resistance, business. But ultimately, this is why I feel a little more promising about this. I got compromise, judgment. And haven't we said that before in other readings, that there are going to be judicial rulings, things that are going to step in to stop a lot of this nonsense. So I got judgment, but then I got things like, there are going to be things where it's going to be worked through. There's going to be some I got creativity. I got epiphany. In other words, there are going to be some brilliant people who are going to have some ideas, some solutions. I got finally new beginnings. That tells me this is not sustainable. We're going to move through it. That's not to say it's not going to be horrible right now, but we're going to move through it. It's going to ultimately be okay. New beginnings. So what are you getting, Whimsy? I'm curious.
Well, you have the power card, so it's a power play. It just feels to me like it's a power play.
Yeah.
The opposition is star. Yeah, so the opposition is star, which leads me to think that, honestly, I think that something's going to happen in the next 2 weeks to put a stop to this.
Yeah. I just
sending the land, and then academics come in.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I was getting cards that were surprisingly positive. And when you're saying 2 weeks, that's what it feels like to me. It's like this, just madness can't last. There are going to be some solutions. We're going to get some clever people who are going to come in. It's going to be resolved. But forgive me, I didn't mean to interrupt you. That was rude.
Well, I think that you had the right answer, which is that, what you had said earlier, it's not sustainable. People are not going to sit back, the most powerful people in the world, and watch their investments go down the tube and their companies go underwater because of tariffs. Every single American company requires foreign goods to keep the doors open. There's nothing that's 100% American.
No.
Whether it's ordering your bolts and your or your stuff that you need for iPhones, everything requires. We require international parts in order to have American companies running.
Exactly.
Even the ones making stuff here in the U.S.
Yeah. Well, in the beginning, you were asking me, what have I learned in studying these tariffs? That was one of the things I had no idea, the extent of how dependent we are on imported goods, like you just said.
Yeah,
it's like everything: screws, screens, cords, all these parts and things that come together to make these things. They come from different parts of the world.
Seems to me like we could grow coffee in the southern United States because there's Mexican coffee. We might be able to grow coffee in parts of I would think Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, anywhere where there's elevation.
I'm wondering if it's too dry there, though. It needs to be more of a tropical, moist climate. Because all the reports I've been seeing have been, it is impossible to grow coffee in America other than a little bit of Southern California and, of course, Kona in Hawaii, which, of course, is a true tropical climate. I think it might be too dry in a place like Arizona.
Maybe. What about Florida? I wonder if you could do anything in Florida.
I don't know. Oh wait, we just got a comment here. Coffee grows in Florida, which would make sense. Florida, very humid. It is further down. I mean, a little closer to still far from the equator, but
you could probably grow it in-house. You could probably you could create a subtropical indoor environment and grow coffee indoor. But
possibly.
Hawaii has great coffee.
Oh, I know. I love Kona coffee when I was there. Oh, I took some of that back home with me. But that's a good point. Maybe in a greenhouse environment where it's climate controlled, maybe we could grow coffee if we had to. But whether we could produce enough for us.
No, we better figure it out, because you know that I cannot live without coffee, and that in and of itself is a trade war. That's a whimsy war. That's like, I will. What is Joel Tilson saying here? He says that it's a type of terrorism. Trump's terrorism. What do you guys think about that? Do you feel like this? How could you? Let's talk about that. Do you feel as Americans we're being terrorized by this president, regardless of who voted?
I do. But as far as Americans go, I think there are quite a few who do. I think there are people starting to wake up to it. But I was just going to say, when I heard a newscaster on Friday talk about the tariffs, he almost made a slip and said terrorists instead of tariff. And I never realized how close the two words sound if you say them fast enough. But yeah, it feels like my own gut feeling is that Trump is just gaslighting us. It's like he's getting off on this. He enjoys inflicting pain on people. That's what his niece Mary Trump says all the time on her show. She claims he loves this. He loves to hurt people. And I've wondered if maybe this is a deliberate move to bring down stock prices, property prices, businesses, so he and his billionaire friends can swoop in and buy it up cheap. And I've also thought, is he trying to create a bigger divide between the rich and the poor by making us all a lot poorer? And we know Trump wants to be a dictator in that deranged mind of his. And as a dictator, he's struck at the Supreme Court, he's struck at the House, the Senate, and now he's tormenting the people. He's got us all worked up and in a frenzy. That's how you claim power, at least in a warped brain like his.
Yeah. The next thing that people had wanted to talk about had to do with the fact that we are now finally seeing that rift happening that we were talking about would happen with tariffs, that the billionaires don't like it. Elon Musk now is calling out Trump on the tariffs. What do you think is going to be do you think that relationship is over? That basically he used Elon to get into the White House and now he's done with him? Or what do you think?
Well, Trump certainly has a history of throwing people under the bus, using people for what he needs and then discarding them. The man does not have loyalty, but I wonder how locked in he is, because, we have speculated that Musk paid off his debts and basically owns him. So maybe Trump can't. I don't know. I find it curious, this whole thing about, the 130 days is up and I'm leaving. And I'm like, are you really leaving? Or is he just going to be still working behind the scenes?
Wait a minute. So Elon Musk said that he's leaving when? In May, right?
He said after 130 days. So is that May? I believe that would be. It would make sense. So I don't know. It's all very curious. But yeah, he is starting to publicly contradict Trump. Well, actually, he's done that before. But was it today or yesterday that Musk was saying that he would like to see us not have any tariffs with any of the European countries? He'd like to see all that abolished. And of course, that's completely opposite of what Trump wants.
Let's take a look and see the future of Elon Musk and Trump's relationship. What is the future of their relationship?
Ooh. My first card was interesting, but I'm going to see what else here. Trying to piece this together. Well, one of the things I'm getting is Trump is just exhausted. He's wiped out. Like what you've been saying, he's just not going to last much longer. I got the exhaustion card around leadership. I think that applies to Trump. But what I found interesting, the first card, and I asked the question, what is the relationship ongoing going to be with Musk and Trump? First card I got was shadow. Like Musk is always going to be in the shadow behind the presidency.
Yes.
There's obviously despair, but I think Musk is still financing Trump, buying him off because gifts. I took that to mean finances, little perks. Here's another $100 million, Donnie. That kind of thing. So that's what I got from that.
Oh my God.
So I'm not sure as long as he's with Trump, I get it's like he's going to be the shadow in the background. But I just kind of got the feeling from exhaustion and leadership that's further confirming Trump just is not going to be around much longer. He's wearing out. He's running out of steam.
Well, it's interesting you say that because this is family inheritance and family secrets. So it's what you inherited. So in a way, it's that Trump inherited Elon Musk. He has to let the brat ride on Air Force helicopter. I want to ride on the helicopter, right? So he had to let Trump's brat ride on the helicopter with him and babysit.
If I could throw out something real quick, it's something Mary Trump said about her uncle. She said, he has always had somebody like a father figure bailing him out. For the longest time, it literally was his father who would always bail him out when he'd go bankrupt or something. So he still has that dynamic. And now it seems to be with Musk. Sorry to interrupt you, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
No, that's interesting. Yeah. So he's got this family secret and then the opposition to him, Six of Swords. I feel that you're right. Elon has something over him.
Yeah.
It feels like Elon has something over him.
Oh,
and, also, he presents as the false knight, the knight on a white horse who comes to fix everything. You can't trust Elon Musk. Elon Musk does not care about the American people losing their money. And he doesn't care about kids starving to death in Africa.
No, he does not.
He cares about robbing us blind to get money to fund his pet projects because he really only cares about himself. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's
colonizing Mars.
Right on the white horse coming. Final outcome is there's an investigation on Musk.
Yeah. Again, it's just not sustainable. I'm wondering once Trump is out of the picture, assuming that happens, if this is going to weaken Musk in any way, or if he has control over J.D. Vance and the Republican Party still.
Well, that's where the questions seem to be going is, did they set Trump up? Did they set him up to get rid of him? I mean, I'm having a real hard time understanding this because it seems to me like the people who put him in there don't want him in there now. So did they know this was going to happen? Did they set it up deliberately so they could throw him out and put J.D. Vance there? I mean, or are they not that intelligent?
I think it was deliberate. I don't think they would be that stupid. I think they were hoping, because Trump had this weird popularity with his cult following, they knew they could milk that for everything they could and probably capture the White House again. So they used him for what they needed. But I think they've planned all along. We're going to squeeze everything we can get out of him, take what we need, and then he's out. He's out. They know he's a lunatic. They know he's crazy. They know he's not qualified to be in there. So I think maybe JD was always planned like another. I think they're both puppets. I think JD's going to be just as much a puppet, but maybe a more cooperative puppet, more serviceable, more malleable, because Trump's he's too defiant. He's too unpredictable. He's too volatile. You can't control Trump, but maybe you can do that with JD Vance. Maybe.
Let's take a look and see if the powers that be are moving to get rid of Trump and put in J.D. Vance. That's what I want to know, because that's what I'm feeling. That, God, they're a bunch of psychopaths. I'm sorry.
You think so? Oh.
is it like we're being held hostage by Trump until we beg for JD Vance? Like we're going to be grateful for JD Vance? Is that what's happening here?
You know what? That makes sense.
Oh my God.
That might be part of the psychological play there that they planned out. Because, as John Francis said, JD Vance is the standard carrier for Project 2025.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look.
No.
Let's check and see if they're planning to put JD Vance in there in the next couple of weeks. If so, we'll be seeing a lot of heavy promotion of JD Vance.
Yeah.
And them trying to pit them against each other or something. But let's take a look.
No, Whimsy, to be clear, in the next 2 weeks or just...
I think something's going down in the next 2 weeks.
So that's the question I should put. Will JD Vance be in the next 2 weeks?
Well, will they be working to remove Trump and put JD Vance in the next 2 weeks? I think it's going to be obvious in the next 2 weeks. That's how bad Trump's cards are. But maybe I'll be surprised.
Well, let's see here. I'm getting similar cards when we were asking something like that earlier, but yeah. What came up for me, first of all, new beginnings, new life. Now I know celebration, but celebration meaning like a victory or something, because I also got victory card. Yeah, I think, this is taking place right now. And underneath all that is, of course, and this is obvious, but there's tremendous discontent right now. And I think this is looked upon by the Republicans as survival. This is the only way they're going to survive, is get Trump out. Let's get JD in. Let's pick up the pieces and move on. And fortunately, that means 2025 and things like that. But that's what I get from discontent and survival. Now, what do you have, Whimsy?
Raymond is funny. So Sun is over the situation, and then the opposition gets their wish to Trump. And the fact that the high priestess comes in would indicate that there's some hidden knowledge that takes him out. JD Vance presents as the Queen of Pentacles.
The Queen. Interesting.
She's the queen of the business world.
You know
She's
why?
the queen of the silver dollar. You know that song?
I know, but
she rules the smoky kingdom.
I'm just thinking of back when you got a reading where you said that JD identified as female, and you got that queen card.
Oh yes,
yeah,
he does, and that's okay.
Oh no, that part's okay. I'm not condemning.
We don't care about that. We care about the fact that his policies are trying to kill people like him, and that just seems bizarre.
I just found that interesting that it was the queen that you pulled up, like the feminine
queen,
energy,
the queen of the silver dollar.
Yeah,
she rules the smoky kingdom. Yes, that's an old song by was it Haggerty, about a woman who's just she's sitting at the bar stool for 40 years. And that's kind of look horrified. The type of lady you'd take home, right?
So tough. Oh,
but that's kind of how JD Vance comes as the lady sitting at the bar.
Jill Dalton made a wonderful comment here. JD better sharpen his eyeliner pencils.
The queen of the silver dollar, she rules the smoky kingdom. Her wine glass.
I just saw Raymond
her
comment.
scepter is a wine glass, and a bar stool is her throne. her something's flock around her, and they try to win her favor to see which one will take the queen of the silver dollar home. Right?
Why don't you have your guitar here?
She rules the smoky kingdom. Right? So, it
was Dr. Who.
That's the song
that sang that.
A tramp. JD Vance is a tramp waiting. She's a tramp waiting for that man to show up. that bar stool. That Smoky Kingdom.
We're being bad. Oh my God. Anyway, I interrupted your reading there, Whimsy.
Girls get prettier at closing time.
Girls get prettier at closing time.
That's right. You have a couple of drinks and you say to yourself, well, that one over there don't look so bad.
That may be collectively
JD
what the
Vance
whole...
looks lovely. Hey, after you've lost a couple million on the stock market, JD Vance don't look so bad on that
I was
bar
just going
stool.
to say, after 3 or 4 months of Donald Trump, JD Vance is we're probably all like shell shocked and drunk anyway from everything that's going on. We're going to look at JD and go, well, not so bad. Better than the alternative.
All right. Well, did you have a good time today, sweetie?
I had a good time. I did.
So what's up with you? Let's promote you. If anyone wants to get a reading with you.
Promote me. You can always reach me at, if you see my name on the screen, it's just reversed. One word, Dransfieldchuck at gmail.com.
Chuck is available for tarot readings. He's also licensed ND. And he's also a physician's assistant and available for medical consultations. And he's also a spirit artist. He keeps busy. If you want to make an appointment with him, dransfieldchuck at gmail.com. If you'd like to make an appointment with me, you can go to Tarot with Whimsy or Booksy. You can just go to Booksy or you can contact Chuck. Either way.
I can book for her.
Yeah, either way. All right. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate your support.
We do very, very much so. Bye.
Bye-bye.